Hi, I'm Sydney Radka, and welcome to another edition of FLX Weekly here at FingerLakes1.com. It is November 4th, 2020, and we are live inside the FingerLakes1.com studio, where I am joined by Jim Sinicropi and Chris Wagner, who is the owner of the brand new Bayard Bakery in Seneca Falls. Today's show is brought to you by Woody's Bar and Grill, where they just opened up a new thing called a brunch box. You can surprise a friend, a family member, or a neighbor who may or may not have time or space to make breakfast on Thanksgiving. Who wouldn't love to get breakfast and all the fixings for mimosas delivered to their door as they're preparing the big Thanksgiving dinner?
Thanksgiving brunch?
Yes.
Pick up curbside at Woody's.
You can get it delivered to your door if you're from Waterloo or Seneca Falls. It's free local delivery, and you can pre-order the brunch box for yourself if you want, or someone else today, and you can call 315-220-8250. I think it's a cool idea. In the brunch box, they have bagels and cream cheese, they have fruit, they have a bottle of champagne with cranberry juice and apple cider.
Well, that's something different. That's thinking outside the brunch box.
Yes, they have even different sweet breads you can choose from.
Sweet bread.
That's all for $42. Woody's Bar and Grill. So if you're interested, call 315-220-8250. Thinking outside the brunch box. I like it. Welcome. We are so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
You should be, because this is really exciting news for Seneca Falls area, I feel like.
Yeah. We might be breaking this news to some people.
We are. I think we will be, honestly.
I have a feeling you will.
So why don't you tell us the news that we're going to be breaking right now?
Sure. So as of tomorrow, we will be opening Bayard Bakery.
Woo!
Tomorrow is a National Donut Day.
Oh, wow. Did you plan that?
Honestly, I didn't. It came up, and I basically said, we've got to open, and that's a perfect day to open. So
that's awesome. So where are you guys located?
64 West Bayard Street.
And that is
the old downtown deli next to Amy's Padula's DA Liquors.
Yeah.
That Antonina's intersection there, which is awesome because that... Amy's has been a staple there, and now to have a neighbor back open again, it just make a big difference in that intersection, in that district, the Sackett district.
The Sackett district. What made you decide to want to open a bakery, and in 2020 want to open a bakery?
And this started a while back too, right? This wasn't like last month you started.
No, I actually purchased the building. As of tomorrow, it'll be 3 days shy of a year.
Wow. Okay.
So the intent was to rehab it because it was in disarray. Mm-hmm. We have everything up to code, up to public health standards. So I'm actually happy to say that at this point. And, it's been a long time coming. So, I actually used to own a donut shop down in Florida with my father. So it's kind of in our blood. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of a snob. My wife calls me a snob with donuts. So I said, well, there's nothing really around here as far as quality donuts, so let's make it happen.
So true.
And that's a perfect area. There's really nothing in the area, just like you were saying. Mm-hmm. The liquor store is basically the staple on that side. And, got it at a good price, started renovating it, and now we're hopefully going to be able to share our wonderful donuts, and
can't wait to try it.
It'll lead into other baked goods eventually, but for now we're doing donuts and coffee for National Donut Day tomorrow.
Opening on National Donut Day, Thursday the 5th.
Yep.
At what time?
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. We'll open our doors. We're going to probably be there at about 11 p.m. the night before to start making the donuts.
Wow.
So
exciting. And what are your hours going to be moving forward? Do you know?
It's a fantastic question. So since this is brand new, we don't know what the traffic's going to be like. So I think for the first week, we're going to be 6 to 6-ish, unless we sell out a little bit before then. Mm-hmm. But I want to be able to see, if the volume's going to be steady throughout the day or if it drops dead at 2. But we will be open at 6 o'clock every day, 7 days a week, including holidays.
They're going to love that. And I was just trying to think, I'm like, there isn't even really any local breakfast places in Seneca Falls at all anymore, is there, besides
well,
cafe?
Bakeries or breakfast?
Well,
because there's
I consider donuts breakfast, but yeah, you're right. Bakeries, where are there any?
Cafe 19 bakes, but they have their lunch and stuff too, so I wouldn't say that's their specialty. But yeah, there's there's diners like Penny's and Connie's and that type of thing, but
not just a straight up bakery.
Yeah, no, this is something special. This is the type of thing with the holidays coming up that you can kind of think once per some. And we're gonna taste these freshly baked donuts in a moment, but
warm. Yep. I just want you to know they came warm in the box when you just walked in, so that's why I'm so excited.
Yeah, the raised donut is actually right out of the fryer about not even 20 minutes ago. So.
Well, maybe we should take a bite right now.
Should we?
Might as well.
I think we have to. I mean, they look beautiful, and I love a glazed donut. So.
It's softer. You can tell it's fresh. It's still warm.
Yes. Should have brought some milk.
It smells like
so good.
Almost like a fried dough as opposed to a donut that you would get at the grocery store or your Dunkin' Donuts. So I'm gonna take a bite.
Oh my God! This is so perfect. This is perfect.
It's just better. It's a better donut.
It's a better donut. This is a perfect, and I like how it seems like still light, if that makes sense, in the donut world, like light and fluffy. The glaze on this. Uh-oh, this is gonna be a problem. We work so close to this bakery.
Yeah, this is really, really, really good.
Well, thank you.
Jim was super hungry coming into this, so I think you definitely helped. And so when it comes to the donuts, are you going to be having like a big variety of different flavored donuts?
So right now you just have the two in front of you.
The classics.
The classics, yes. So we're still working out kinks within the kitchen right now. We will we'll have it up and fully running tonight. But as far as variations go, starting tomorrow, we'll have the raised that you see there, all the filled. So we'll have apple raspberry filling, Bavarian cream. So you'll have your Bostons.
That's me too.
We have an apple fritter that's approximately 1 pound, and it should take 2 people. I said should. I've seen people try it. They've gone into a sugar coma, but drink milk with it. You're going to need to. So we've got the apple fritters. We'll have like our version of cinnamon buns. So they're going to be donut style.
Cool.
Blueberry cake, pumpkin spice cake, apple crisp. We will have a few. I know we have some gluten-free individuals within the local community, so we're going to be doing a couple of gluten-free. It's not going to be as big of a variety, but at least they get to partake in National Donut Day.
So good. I imagine the place smells incredible while you're...
It does. And actually, once we get into full swing, you can smell it outside of the building because of the exhaust fan. It's pulling out all of the excess, fumes. So.
Yeah, really, really good.
The chocolate
next
is
level.
just as good.
Next level.
Like, I'm not a huge chocolate fan.
Yeah.
And I've, for some reason, been okay with chocolate donuts, but this one is, like, really one of the better ones that I've ever had. And I just can't wait to share this with people. My stepson is so obsessed with, like, the little tiny donuts you would get.
Yeah.
Now I have to introduce him to the real donuts.
That's right.
The better donuts.
Great way to introduce them.
Yeah. Are you pleasantly surprised and pleased?
Well, I knew it was going to be good by smelling it for the last 10 minutes, and
Same.
and when you feel it too, it's softer. It's not it's not firm.
It's like I'm eating a cloud.
Really, really good. Scary, a little scary because this is close, like you said, both to my house and our office here.
Yeah.
It's a good scary. Thank you for that. I did have a question.
Sure.
With the bakery, and I know COVID obviously probably changes things, but will you have like seating inside for people, or is it more like a come and go and pick up your order?
Great question. So right now it is a grab and go only. I will eventually be building a 10-foot farmer's table, if you will, so a community table. But because of the pandemic, I really I don't feel comfortable doing it at this point.
Yeah, and that's so there'll be coffee drinks too. Like
yes.
What type of drink? Straight coffee, or is there cappuccinos?
It's locally roasted coffee. Actually, my source, I just texted him before I got here, and we'll have a fresh batch made tonight at 9 p.m. So we'll have it perfect for tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
We just have the morning blend as well as the pumpkin spice, because I know people love that. 'Tis the season for that, right? As far as like your lattes and stuff, we're not at that level yet, but we will eventually. So right now, we've been digging our heels in to just get open. So we hope to be able to branch off. Donuts will not be the only thing that we're going to do. We will make fresh breads, fresh pastries.
Ooh.
We've got a few pastry chefs on board now, so they're going to be able to do any type of decorative, creation that you can keep your mind to. So,
well, I tell you, it's a tough, obviously, time to open, because. For the obvious reasons, but also we'd be coming up on the wonderful Life Weekend in Seneca Falls, which you'd be perfectly located, and but on the other hand, with people coming into a winter where we're going to be out and about less, to be able to bring this type of thing home, in the mornings, or it's going to be a good thing, and there is a niche in Seneca Falls, I think, right now for this type of stuff. So it's like I'm having trouble talking because my mouth is still watering from the donut. That the glazed donut was the best donut I think I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
I'm just so excited, and I don't even ever really crave donuts, and then I'm like, all right, if I find a good donut.
I crave donuts, but the thing is, so comparing that glazed donut to something you get at Dunkin' Donuts, for example, the Dunkin' Donuts donut, which is a fine glazed donut. It's a standard glazed donut, but it's somewhat dry,
exactly what it is.
Somewhat firm. If it sits for too long, it becomes, I don't know if tough is the right word, but this glazed donut is like, it's dreamy. It's dreamy. It's tender. It's light. The glaze on it is fantastic, and it's just it's more of a homemade type of deal
vibe,
and it was really good, and I'm going to be eating a lot of these glazed donuts over the foreseeable future for sure.
You heard it here first. This is better than a Krispy Kreme donut.
Oh. Well, it is. A Krispy Kreme donut, in my opinion, is a step up from a Dunkin' Donut too. The glazed donuts are special. They're unique. They're special, and they're great. But not as good as that donut I just ate.
No, I agree. Did we talk of something possibly having to do with delivery at all?
So that was mentioned, yes. At first, we don't have that available. We've hired on about 6 individuals now. We will continue to grow, as we have more product. But delivery is coming up very soon. This is a soft opening. I do want to stress that. We are not officially open, grand opening. So we have the limited variety of donuts and coffee, but once we have the grand opening, we will certainly have delivery attached to that as well.
See, that is something that I think is definitely different and interesting.
Yeah.
And I was talking with one of our other employees. I was like, just think when you're like laying in bed and you're like, I could really use a donut, but I don't want to get up. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we can deliver.
Yep.
That stays up with, like, I feel like this new world too, where you can have everything delivered if you want.
So you were hoping to open at the end of the winter of 2020?
So actually, initially I wanted to open March of 2020, and then
that was right at the time.
Right at the time.
So what was that like? Was it a situation where you were like, "Oh man, I'm just gonna quit and we're done," or was it something like try to find a way to make it work? Like, what was that whole thing like? Because that's a horrible thing to happen to someone about to open a business.
Yeah. So when we initially purchased the building, I had the craving, the donut craving, right? I knew what quality we had, and so that actually made me persevere through this. March came around, we were still doing renovations. It's actually been myself and another gentleman. We've been going at it this whole time because COVID hit. Some individuals within the construction game, they didn't want to do it. You know, either it was in fear of catching it, or the stimulus package was there, so that did not help with construction. But it's taken this long, and now, we've, like I said, been up to code, which is particularly great for me because I know that we are up to par and actually exceeded.
It's a relief probably too, because I know what that building looked like when you probably took it over. And so that obviously took a lot of work, and to get the go ahead. It's also gives confidence, I think, to the patrons, that everything's up to code. So
especially if they were there back in the day, even seeing it going into the deli, it was never anything like that nice. It was more just like,
so you got the revitalization of the building, which is great for that Sackett district. But I tell you, if anybody that has one of these donuts, you're not going to look at a glazed donut the same anywhere else.
My grandpa is a very big person when it comes to sweets and pastries and things like that, so I am sure he is going to be knocking on your door.
I cannot wait.
Ready to see you again.
I certainly would love him to come over and enjoy it. The first one's on me, Dave.
Snap!
I will. I'll treat you to that. Just don't go for the apple fritter.
Oh God, he probably will too. I mean, but that's a lot of pounds.
It's way too much for one person, and knowing him, he'll probably try and tear the whole thing apart. So
I just thought of how the new wellness fitness area is right down the street, so they can either have the donuts and stuff first and then go work out, or vice versa, and it wouldn't make much sense, but. It's 2020.
Look, there's nothing wrong with eating donuts.
Not at
it's
all.
Everything, it's when you get into the excess. It's when you eat 14 donuts. But you can eat a donut a day or two.
Eat in moderation. That's what it comes down to.
Especially if you're active.
In your case, though, you wouldn't mind if someone came and ate 14 donuts a day, I'm sure.
I do want to promote health and wellness.
Okay.
Our donuts are relatively healthier than most. I mean, there's not as much preservatives as you would see in other places. So they don't last as long. That's why we make them fresh every day. So, we just...
I'm excited for you. I'm literally trying to think of all the questions I have. But
So, take me back to when you first realized that you had an affinity towards baking or a talent for it.
My dad growing up actually taught me how to bake, pretty much anything you can think of. I learned how to do it. And then, my father, he actually had a couple of donut shops before in the southern Florida, and those took off. He loved doing it. It was in his blood, and he was like, hey, we need to do something. Let's make one. So we opened up our own shop, and once I actually tried the donut, similar to how you're feeling right now, I was just like, this is game over.
Or game on.
Right, and no donut really seems to be the same after that. And as you can understand the drive as to why we wanted to do it.
So good.
I mean, the best way I can describe it is you go to an Italian festival and get a fried dough, except the fried dough is the shell is usually tough.
Yes.
And it's not glazed with sugar. You might sprinkle your sugar on, but this is like, it has that, the best parts of a fried dough and the best parts of a donut kind of into something that, to me, I have never had something like that. So this is something totally new. It's a glazed donut, but it's different than any glazed donut I ever had.
Yeah, I agree.
And so you learned from your father, basically as an apprentice in the shop down in Florida, or?
We actually, we started it together. He taught me. Yes, he made me his apprentice for a good couple of months, and I learned everything. It's like riding a bike now. We've fired up that fryer this morning, and it was just like, honestly, riding a bike. This is how you do it. You go through the motions. like I said, certain kinks happen, but
we get up early probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
You need that to happen.
Yeah.
Nothing can go perfectly smooth because then I would be afraid for you that something's going to be...
Right.
The chocolate donut is pretty amazing, too.
That's I'm like eating the chocolate donut and I keep going for that, and I was trying to only take one bite and like be able to talk.
I got 2 donuts down. He's got more over there. I see him right now.
Maybe we shouldn't tell the other staff that there's extra donuts. Just saying.
It's funny you say that because those are the first round. It only gets better from there.
Oh, right.
Like we're literally tweaking it as we go.
Don't tweak it too much because this is good.
Like I said, it only gets better.
So in the process of making donuts, do you have to make adjustments whether you're making a donut on a 10-degree day in January or a 90-degree humid day in the summer?
Yeah, it definitely, the humidity and moisture certainly take effect with the proofing of the donuts. We have specific, in our mind, we know what we're supposed to have as far as the temperatures. So actually right now, because of the intake fan on the hood, it's pulling in all the cold air. So we actually have to pump heat into the back. So more heat than you would expect.
Gotcha. Yeah.
We have to increase our proofers to make sure that the heat and the humidity within it is perfect. So that's why I said it only gets better.
Right. Yeah. It's a new space, new equipment.
Yeah.
New employees that all need to learn everything.
Yeah. Which I'm actually happy that we get to do that too. I know the pandemic has certainly hurt a lot of people, and we have phenomenal employees. You know, my wife and I have vetted them, and they're basically part of our family now. So
great.
We're happy to be able to bring on six.
I was
employees.
Very surprised actually to hear you say that you right away brought on 6.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that is kind of a bigger number for I have no clue, but
you know, it's anticipation for tomorrow and after. I've seen a National Donut Day go chaotic, and I don't want it just to be myself and a few others. Right. I want us to be able to be a cohesive group that go about, and you know, people aren't waiting in line for their donuts, because after they hear what you guys had to say, they're probably already trying to knock down.
Well, I hope so.
Yes.
But that's the other thing that's frustrating with living here in Seneca Falls. Is like I go to Dunkin' Donuts quite a bit because that's kind of the most convenient and one of the few options. Cafe 19 as well has coffee in the morning. Yeah. But you go to Dunkin' Donuts and you wait in line. You know, sometimes, especially on Donut Day when they give away like a free donut, it's ridiculous what people will do we'll wait in line for an hour for a free donut.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, now to have another option, it's just changing the routine a little bit. And I think a lot of people are frustrated with having such limited options. Yeah. So I would urge everybody to support you over the next upcoming weeks, starting on Thursday, and and make it a place that is successful, because we all benefit. It's
we do. We do.
And
I still have to fit into a dress.
Open early in the morning, which is nice too.
Wait, are you giving away free donuts?
No, Dunkin'
tomorrow?
Donuts gives away a free donut, and
Dunkin' does it. We're actually doing 10% off your entire purchase for National Day.
Yeah,
I was hoping that you wouldn't. Like, people should just go support local. Don't wait in that line and possibly get in an accident in those horrible drive-thrus at Dunkin' Donuts, personally, I think. But.
Yeah. Well, I think of it as a good faith effort towards our patrons. You know, they're going off of what we say here. They don't know until they smell it or taste it themselves, and
they don't know until they smell it for real.
And so I feel that a 10% discount will allow them to at least incentivize them to come in and
it's a very
check
once
it out,
they're hooked.
Very generous.
Then once they're hooked, we're going regular price.
The thing about it is, and if you show up tomorrow morning or the next few days to the Bayard Bakery, when you probably get out of your car, you're going to already know. When you walk in, you're going to know. Like when you first put this donut in front of me, I knew how it was going to be really good and different. And then when I tasted it, it was exceeded, what I had hoped. So.
Pat yourself on the back, and all your employees.
Yes.
Your training, you did a lot of training, I know, right before you guys came too, and it paid off.
Thank you very much.
It's only up from here. I want to switch gears real quick. Do you have the weather for tomorrow? Just want to know, so if people are...
Hey, we've had bad news the past couple weeks for weather, but I can't believe the forecast I'm going to share with you now. Most people probably already know by now, but for the weekend coming up...
Tell us.
Friday, sunny, high near 66. Just a nice light west wind. Overnight down to about 46, but still clear. Saturday, they're all pick days. I don't have a pick day this week because they're all pick days.
That's crazy.
Saturday as well, sunny, high near 68. It'll be November 6th at that time. Or November 6th. Yeah. And then Saturday night, again, just under 50, but staying mostly clear. And then Sunday, mostly sunny, high near 70.
Wow.
70 in November. And, I don't know if this is global warming or what, but, global warming might not be the worst thing for us in the Finger Lakes.
No, I agree.
And then going back to work on Monday, high of 72.
Wow.
And the forecast goes out till about Tuesday now, and still sun, still 70.
Need that.
Let's ride it out as long as we can. This is a nice reprieve, a good chance to get outside and get some of that yard work that maybe you didn't get to, earlier in October. And to get out to that golf course more times, to go for walks, whatever you want to do.
Lights.
Yeah, it would be a good time to get those lights
smart.
up. Yeah. To walk downtown and see Christine Van Duzen's 2 Floors of Holiday deals.
And then get yourself a donut. I just looked because tomorrow they said it's supposed to be like 67. That's Thursday. A perfect day, even if there was a line, to wait for a donut. Yeah. A perfect sunny day to get a donut on donut day. Support local and start your weekend off so positive. When it's sunny and like this, it's great, because the one day that it was cold already, I was miserable.
The one day? Yeah, it's been cold a couple days.
I mean, like the really cold, it was like, I feel like not even 30 at one time.
It was windy and cold and snow.
Is this considered an Indian summer? Is that what it is?
It's a little later than normal, but this is an Indian summer, a Native American summer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whatever summer you want to call it. It's going to be the best weather we've had in over a month, and we're into November, so enjoy it.
I didn't ask, are you open 7 days a week, or are you taking a day off?
Nope, 7 days a week.
7 days a week. Yeah. So, I was going to ask what you had planned for the weekend, but I'm sure...
Donuts?
I'm sure it involves a lot of donuts.
I will be making a lot of donuts.
Love that. Yeah. So, just to recap with everyone, do you have any social medias or anything up yet?
We do. We're on Facebook, Instagram. It's basically been myself doing those, so, I'm not good at that stuff.
That's okay.
Bayard Bakery, and if you do try it out and you like it,
tag them.
Make some posts, get it out there, get the word out there. Let's make this successful for everybody that lives in Seneca Falls, Waterloo area.
Travel from farther.
It's when a business like this opens up, it adds value to our lives, I think. So let's support
and
it.
Our stomachs. I'm really glad that you were able to come on, though, and we were able to steal you away. I know you have a lot of stuff going on, and tomorrow's the big day, but people need to get out there at 6 a.m. If you want to, knock the
6
doors
to
down.
6, right?
6 to 6 to start, and then we might have to dial it back depending on traffic. But I will dedicate myself this week 6 to 6, and we'll see where it takes us. We'll make sure you keep your social media active, so all our people will know after this podcast. Yeah, Chris, wonderful. Thanks, and good luck, and I'm glad you were able to weather the summer of COVID and finally get open. And honestly, people, we never would have a guest come on and say their stuff isn't good, but that was the best glazed donut I've ever had, and it's not even close. Krispy Kremes are great, but this was by far better than even a Krispy Kreme. Lovey feel. It's hard to explain, so you're gonna have to see for yourself. Yeah, see for yourself, taste for yourself. And really, that's already all the time we have. I'm proud of us. Hey, did you stay up late for the presidential election last night? I sure did. I tried to stay up as late as I could. It's just brutal. It's stressful. Yeah, it really is. It's hard to explain. I think people are confused by the Electoral College, and they're confused by the early voting and the different regulations from different states, or even the fact that the election could come down to one congressional district in Nebraska.
I mean, it's a lot. But I wanted to say, good job, Josh Durso, Sam Goodman, and everybody else involved with our election night coverage. We didn't do the live stream this year because we knew most people were going to be focused on the national election. So we did a live blog, updated all the local results as soon as they came in, and it was pretty good. We had thousands and thousands of people on that live blog last night, and it was an interesting night. And
it's only just
keep your fingers crossed for the future of our country, because man, if there's one thing that election showed is that we are divided, and it really, it's no way to have a country. One thing about America is that you can choose to disagree on politics, but you're still neighbors, and you should still look out for each other and care for each other. And there's just this feeling of divisiveness, and I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is, but where you almost wish goodwill. Hate's a strong word, but it's borderline in some cases, and it's not great. We have to heal, and
I agree.
So I'm going to start by eating donuts.
I was going to say, share a donut, share some love, and also make sure that you get out on the Finger Lakes this weekend. It's going to be beautiful. It might be our last one, and that is really all the time we have.
Yep.
So again,
thanks, Chris.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody that joined us today. If you enjoyed our show, you can click like, you can share with your friends, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course, we will be back next Wednesday. Have a great weekend here in the Finger Lakes.